Good morning, everyone. Inspired Megs here. I just wanted to come and share my painting, Aurora Year, with you today. The lighting this morning coming in from the back doors are it's amazing. It's making our piece just glow. And so I know I don't have the perfect lighting on right now for video and everything, but the painting is looking amazing. So I just want to share a little bit about it. We're in my kitchen right now. But this piece is also for sale as an artist. You can't not do everything for yourself, but it just looks perfect right now in this place. But I just wanted to say that this piece came out of a time that I was actually really soul searching and not sure about things in my life. And I was just actually turning 30 in a few months before I painted this. And I was like, what am I doing with my life? Many people go through that. But I think that is why I picked its triptych. So 1, 2, 3 canvases. And just representation of my 20s were pretty darn good. I did a lot of traveling. I had lot of time to just do things that I love to do. I had a Jeep Wrangler, so I was like drove around with the wind in my hair, being able to look up the stars and different things like that. And that year I was looking at turning 30 and I was like, what am I going to do in my 30s? I mean, not that I didn't have vision, but I was a little bit like, man, my 20s were so great. What am I doing in my 30s? And so this piece was just a really big about and influential on just continuing on as an artist. I just felt the feeling like my sisters always told me I was like Princess Aurora. That was the one, our Disney princess that they could definitely see me as. And I was like, well, she sleeps the whole entire time. She's just a dreamer. And I just was then just curious about the name Aurora and what it meant. And Aurora, what it means, first light of dawn. And I was just thinking about the artists, and just in my spirit was just like the artists are somebody who gets different things and they're like super excited about it, and a lot of people who don't have the same perspective kind of are like, I don't get it, I don't understand it. They're kind of like, it's very out there and doesn't make sense. And when you think about aurora borealises, they are just gases in the atmosphere, just different things that are actually transparent in the atmosphere, and they can't be seen until daylight hits them. And it is way, 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 way before actually the sun rises. And so I just was like so inspired by just how artists can be like aurora borealises. They can be transparent and people don't get them and they don't see what they're seeing, and they just need time. And then all of a sudden, like, others can see it when the right light hits it, when just it takes time for artists to also like do what they see in their head to bring it forth into so the inner mind and in imagination and inspiration, it takes time for it to come out for others to see. So in a lot of ways I was like, artists are actually way before and way ahead of many other people. And but it's just it takes time. And then I was also just inspired to where like people go to these cold, and that was what I was feeling in my 30s. Like, I went over this big mountain in my 20s and it was great and it's fun. And I kind of was looking at my 30s being this cold, sharp edged places, but I was supposed to look past that. I was supposed to look above that and be able to see the beauty that is beyond that and keep going on this journey. And that is way brighter and way more colorful than I could have imagined before. And I feel like that's with artists, is we can get so in the emotions and not see what's next and keep looking above the path that we feel could be so hard and everything, because I mean we are meant to bring forth light and color and joy to even hard places. And so that was what this piece was mostly about, is actually not just for myself but for other artists to see that there's and even though you do things when other people can't understand it and make sense of it, like just wait for the right timing. And so many people will think of how many people travel to cold, barren lands to go see the Northern Lights, to go see, which they wouldn't do, you know? Like, I mean, some have love cold, but others love cold even more because of what the Northern Lights can bring and auroras can bring. And each time it comes, it's different, and that's what artists are supposed to be, and that's how I feel I am called to be. And I need to remember these things and remember that different times, different lights, different perspectives are going to show different things. We're not one dimensional, we're multidimensional. And that is what Aurora Year is all about, is just calling us into rising above and waiting for that light to hit us just right and keep being who we're supposed to be, even though other people can't see what we see. And yeah, so that is what this piece is about. And I have a lot more Aurora pieces that came after this, which actually most of them are in display at an office building, which hopefully someday I'll be able to do soon. I mean, I have a couple, actually, my now husband bought an art piece, and we have that. It's just a reprint on our wall right there. That one's Aurora Reflective. Um, he he bought that before we even started dating. And so, yeah, I have reprints. This one is Aurora Promise that you can see. So we've got reprints. I've got reprints of this one here. And so there's many more auroras on my website, megancasper.com. And as you can see, there's many ways to display it. You don't have to put it on a white wall. So if you ever want a color consultation with me and artwork and different things, I do interior consulting and home and consulting for creative ways to do things. So anyways, that's today's art piece, and I would just love to hear from you and what you think about it, and check it out on my website. See you later.